Hey bud, everybody. Chris again, Gotta Be Outdoors. This is our bonus weekend of gun. Just Friday and Saturday, the 16th and 17th of December here. I had to work this morning, a pretty good amount, so I didn't get out here till really late. So we're just doing the last few hours of the evening sit. Where we're sitting is actually the blind. My regular blind that I sit in is only about 40 yards to my right in front of me, but the wind is blowing directly across to me, and right behind me is just another open field. And usually the deer come through in the evening from the south end to the north end, and the wind's blowing in my face coming from south to north. So, and usually they're not going to show up until like the last hour. But we got in here early, a few hours early, got everything set up. I'm just going to sit up against the tree. I realistically only came in I wanted to get everything set up for tomorrow, so I put some stuff in the blind, get everything set up. I plan on doing an all-day sit tomorrow, hopefully, if everything works out. But other than that, it's a gorgeous day. Unfortunately, it's kind of warm. I mean, it's December 16th, and it's above 40. It's probably going to reach up to 50s tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be pretty dreary and rainy, though, and I'm hoping that might help with the deer get up off, kind of get up and move around. But, yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. I got the shotgun out today. That's what I'm using for my gun season this year. Mossberg 12 gauge, shooting Hornady SST slugs. Got it cocked, ready to rock. So if anything happens, I'll let you guys know. Until then, I'll keep you updated. I'll see you soon. Alright guys, I saw possibly what might have been tail end of a deer. Just a little bit of a white flicker for a minute. It could have also been a grouse running, I don't know. But definitely heard some shots off in the distance, so hopefully this is that moment. We've only got about 30 to 40 minutes left of legal light here, I believe. Yeah, 40 minutes to be exact. So, timer's counting down. So, keep vigilant, keep watching. I've been doing a few calls, just some doe bleats. And then every once in a while I'm mixing up like a younger buck grunt. Just to see if, anything that's not locked down. This is also known as this time period is known as our second rut. So, I'll keep you updated. Talk to you soon. Alright guys, well, we're back at the Jeep. It got dark pretty quick. Nothing came out. We had some noise though. I think they were heading towards us. I just don't think they were quite to us. There were some gunshots going off around the bend. I don't know, it sounded like maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles away. The herd that runs through this property, I've seen them during the daytime here recently, but I hate to say it, it's kind of been warm. I think if there's anybody going to get anything on this property during gun, it's going to be during, hopefully tomorrow, the rain. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see. But I'll keep you updated, and I'll see you probably tomorrow. Take it easy. Alright guys, we're back out. Day number 2 of the bonus weekend for gun.
It is drizzly, pouring rain. It's supposed to be rainy all day. Yeah, we're going to be in the blind. Just all there is to it. So we're going to get packed in, and I'll get you guys caught up when we get out there. I'll see you in a little bit.
Alright guys, I know it's a little hard to see in here. The sun just came up and it took a minute to get back here. It's coming down pretty good now. The whole area looks like half flood. It's just like hills and then flood. Hills and flood. But we have had deer out here during this type of weather. I don't know if it's during the time that it was this warm, but it's the last day again, so if you're going to play, you got to get on the field, right? We're in the blind. We're facing west. That's where the hunting area is right now. The wind is blowing north out of the south to my right, and usually deer cross in front of me from the northwest coming back this way. So, plus we got good rain. Little noise isn't going to hurt right now. So that's what we're hoping for. I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, well, still raining. It's almost 9 o'clock. Actually, right about now is usually when we start seeing the deer on camera coming through. So, we're hoping any minute now. I've been putting out a few calls here and there. I do a couple of hen gathering calls. Just a quick, and I'll follow that up about 2 minutes later with maybe a doe bleat, and then maybe a couple of short little, like young buck grunts or something like that, real quicks. And I try to kind of space them a little bit, but not a long period of time. Just almost like they're communications. That's how I actually called the buck in for my daughter when she shot him, or she shot at him. Was actually he responded to turkey calls coming to an open clearing. If it's wet out, like it is today, keep in mind deer do have to move in the rain and the wind, but they prefer to move through cover. They don't move into thickets, but they move through the tall trees. And the other thing is, if you're looking for birds or you're trying to mock birds, the ground foraging birds such as your geese or your turkeys, and especially turkeys, remember during the wet weather they're going to gather more into open areas. They, especially with short grass, open fields, mowed down fields, they're trying to get somewhere where their feathers aren't busting through soaked brush or soaked tall grass. So I'll put a turkey call out over one side of me here, over this field, and then I'll turn right around in front of me where the big timber is here, and I'll put out a little doe bleat and then a couple of short little grunts. And that's what I've been doing, trying to get them to come forward. Worked last time that when they were in the area. So that's what I'm hoping for this time as well. Maybe this time I'll be better prepared when they show up. But I don't know if you guys, I don't think you can see it in here, but I am sitting in just a puddle of water. in the chair. And then I'm keeping dry up here, and I've got my rubber boots on, so I'm good. It's just that it is definitely still raining. It's supposed to be this way all day. If I don't see anything by like 11, I hate to say it, I haven't had much out here in the evening until after dark because the temperatures have been too warm. To me, it seems a little unnaturally warm this year. Our temperatures usually right now are in the 20s and 30s. We're sitting in the 40s. We might even hit above 50 tomorrow. So I don't know. Tuesday is supposed to drop really good, so that might be a day to get out with either the bow or the crossbow, but depends on how busy I get with work. But if I don't see anything here by like 11 or noon, I hate to say, I think that might conclude our 2023 gun season completely. I mean, don't get me wrong, we'll have muzzleloader after the first of the year, so we'll be back out with that if we don't have our tags filled by then. But it has been really still. And this is the front moving in, and it's so there's 2 or 3 things that can go on. One, the deer are up, they're moving somewhere, but they may be moving in a different location. I'm hoping that they're going to move through here. Number 2, this is the front of this weather pattern coming in. So they might actually hunker down for a while and wait, and they may not move till night. Deer, they do different things at different times. They still have to get up and eat and forage at some point in time, but they may stay right in where they're bedding. Where we're at is transitional. We're right next to open fields, food sources, water sources, and the bedding is off to my right on a different property in a thicker group of timber. So that's should be where they're supposed to go in and out of, back and forth. And deer migrate as a group, as a herd. Some people say circularly. I don't think it's specifically shaped. I just think they move through an area, and they do make their loops, so to speak. And this is one of their paths, definitely, through the loops. I mean, I've got a ton of deer trails out here where I'm sitting up. I mean, I passed 4 trails on the way to get to this one, and I can probably see 2 or 3 more just right here. This is a giant highway of wildlife, which has been evident by the amount of activity I've seen this year alone. So, it's just being at the right place, the right time, with the right equipment, and what's the old saying? It takes 100 sits to see 10, and it takes 10 sits to aim at one, and it takes that many shots to be able to take one down. So I don't know how that saying was, but I get what they're saying. You might sit in the woods 100 times before you see a couple of deer. But anyways, I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to do a few more calls. I'll keep you guys in here for a minute and show you what my calls how I do them. What's this one I brought with me? I believe this is the Primos hen. What it is? It's a hen call. Hen call. I'll come back out with a doe bleat. I'm going to do a younger buck. it. I space them apart just a little bit, but not too far apart. Because what I'm wanting to happen, I want them to have to look around to see where I'm at. I don't want them to freak out if you give them too much, then they expect to see an animal standing in a very specific location. So I try to throw the sounds of one animal one direction, the other animal a different direction, and even between the two deer, I turn this direction for the doe bleat, and I'll turn this direction for the buck block. Because the idea is you're trying to mimic conversation between the animals. Anyway, I'm going to get back to it and get quiet, keep my eyes peeled. I'll catch up in a little bit. Well guys, it is now a little after 10. Saw some squirrels. I thought I saw some movement, but I wasn't sure. It was so far off and a lot of thick cover. But yeah, I think I'm going to pack it in and call it a season for the gun season here, because I don't have anything on camera in this area after 9, 10 o'clock. Right now, not in these temperatures, it's too warm. I'm not even in a thick coat today. I'm in like just a regular jacket kind of thing. So it's just cool enough to keep your nose running. But we're fixing to get some big showers in, so I'm going to go ahead and pack up and go enjoy the rest of the day with the family at the house instead of out here in this swamp, the thicket here. You guys can probably hear the rain's probably fixing to kick in pretty good here. I hope I can actually make it to the Jeep before it gets too nasty. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I will keep you updated, and I'll see you guys here in a little bit.
Oh, a little sniffly. Well, we're back at the Jeep. We are definitely calling it a day. The storms are starting to come in, and I was actually noticing that as I was leaving, the wind was picking up pretty fierce, and I'm okay with that most of the time. But seeing that this is the first year, the first season we've had on this property, I don't really want to risk the idea of the wind causing damage to treetops when I'm sitting in a fabric blind underneath them. So we'll come back and check on that maybe tomorrow or the next day to see how it holds up. I'm expecting it to do pretty good. I'm just, at my age, you learn caution is the better choice sometimes. But plus it's cold. I got family visiting, and the wind is really whipping up. So I don't think and another thing has showed up this morning, and it usually doesn't show up on this property back there where I was at until like 9 in the morning, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. But if it's not there before 11, it's at these temperatures, I don't have anything showing up. I had something this morning at 3 something in the evening, or in the morning, and then I had something last night on these temperatures. The deer didn't show up though until like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, it's hit or miss. But that's why we do the camera thing, so we can just start patterning their options. But anyways, I appreciate everybody watching the videos, and you know, please hit the like and subscribe for the channel. Any information you want to pass on or suggestions, you know, throw it down there in the comments. Give us a like, and I appreciate you guys coming with me. So until next time, get outdoors, get